Okay, so our next topic, now that we're not talking about Thor Ragnarok, now that we're not talking about a movie that I'm looking forward to, we need to talk about this movie that I saw over our little break called The Weekend. Knight of Cups. I watched this movie called Knight of Cups, which is starring Christian Bale. It also has Cate Blanchett in it. Natalie Portman is in this movie.
No.
I'm trying to remember.
Three good people I really like.
Sideburns guy from Hunger Games. I'm blanking on his name, but he plays the brother to Christian Bale. A lot of good actors in this movie that they sucked into this movie, and it's directed by Terrence Malick. Now, Terrence Malick is one of those people that you love or hate in film. And he's always known for doing great cinematography. And I consider myself a huge fan of cinematography. I love that how a frame can really tell the story of a movie.
I mean, a lot of it is in The Revenant. Like, it's
The Revenant, The Revenant, Gravity, movies that really suck you into the world.
Christopher Nolan's the one he has to work with.
Christopher Nolan, obviously.
Wally, or whatever his name is.
What's that?
Christopher Nolan's cinematographer that he's had.
His name escapes me too.
He did Transcendence, that Johnny Depp movie. I'm sorry.
We won't talk about that.
Anyway, I'm sorry. But anyway, so
that's a knock on him. That's not a praise.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
But so cinematography, I'm a big fan of. When I saw Knight of Cups, I saw the trailer for it. I was really excited for it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were too, because a lot of people obviously are fans of Christian Bale and this huge all-star cast.
And you just saw the Neon Demon last week.
And I saw the Neon Demon, also another great cinematographer's dream. This movie. And now, where Neon Demon did so well, this movie just was, it fell short. Knight of Cups, it is an exercise in patience. That's my review of it in a sentence. It is an exercise in patience, because the entire movie, you are being patient for the story to start. This movie never picks up, not one bit, through its 2-hour runtime. Chris, 2 hours of this movie. This is a Sunday. These are days that I don't work. My Sundays are my rest days.
You don't get this time back, people.
You don't get this 2-hour time back. Now, time that I usually would be spending watching Walking Dead or Game of Thrones, quality television, arguably Walking Dead, they kind of not important. But I watched Knight of Cups and just hated it. I hated the pacing of this movie. I hated the no narration. Now, I like a loose narrative, but this movie had no narrative. I had no idea what was going on.
That's a terrible thing, especially when you're watching a movie and you just don't know what direction it's trying to go.
Yeah.
With the narration, at least you can get an understanding of the characters or what the movie's tone is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
When you don't, you're just basically watching multiple VOs or images kind of going together.
And this is a public service announcement from What to Watch. It's on video on demand right now. Don't watch that movie. Watch, I believe Deadpool is out there. The Witch. All the early reviews we did are out now. Hail Caesar,
Zootopia, all that stuff. Yeah.
All these movies that we were reviewing at the beginning of the year when we started are now on video on demand, and they're much better movies than Knight of Cups. So if you go in there and you probably never heard of it anyway, so you're probably going, Payton, why are you talking about this movie that we've never heard of? That's the whole point of the show is to.
But you know what? There's a lot of movies that people go on Netflix and Redbox and stuff they don't ever hear of, but then we'll sit there and oh, what is this? Oh, it has Christian Bale and Cate Blanchett?
Yeah.
Because it gives you recommendations, and you're going to sit there thinking like, hey, you know what? I'm going to check this out.
Exactly.
And you watch something, and you're just like, what? That's our whole purpose, is we try to do our best to kind of tell you like, hey, you probably should watch this, and maybe you shouldn't watch it. This is one of those ones that you shouldn't watch.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of it until you talked about it, but now it's definitely like,
Now, if you like pretty scenery, maybe look up some shots of the movie, maybe look up some clips of the movie. You can use it for your university PowerPoint. Put some music over it and talk about, I don't know, what do universities talk about nowadays? This is bad. I go to a university. I don't know what they talk about.
They talk about, shapes and how to make complex sentences, and that your degree won't help you get a job after you're finished. That too.
That's it.
Anyway, so
that's another helpful tip from What to Watch.
We got you.
Yeah, desert your dreams.
The more you know, like that old NBC thing they used to do. So yeah, definitely we're not.
you.